Yes, we are live. Famulema bring una warm greetings from the TNN podcast. Today, na the 18th, it's Sunday the 18th of February 2024. The time na my side is 10 past 9. And me where they talk to una, where they bring this program come to una live, na my name Prince Emil Kroma. Obviously, this is a very, very important program. As una know the platform, we always they look for conversations we germane to we national situation. Every time where something of significance come up where they affect the livelihood of Sierra Leonean people, we make it with business because actually that now we business. So this other one also today, we they can rub much pan. Now something where some people don't describe as a scandal. You know, anything will become controversial in our system, there is a story on the other side. But when you try for tell the story on the other side, you get for exercise caution, you get for temper down, you get for look at things, from an open mind. But as soon as I can see in my background, the conversation tonight, it dwell on the Waka boss. Not too long ago, we understand say we receive a grant from the World Bank. Grants nothing where most people ain't gonna know what it mean, but for them one they will not know what it mean. Just a quick one. Now money where you party go give you, where an organization go give you, where a company go give you, where that money they will then give you, where they call grant to debt. Then you are the people for the intention where they give the money for, or whatever the money supposed for produce, in this case the bosses, go help for alleviate the suffering, the poverty of the masses of Sierra Leonean people. So 50 million we understand was made available. But Fambulem, what we need for understand just before I go forward is even the 50 million now, where we understand in our bosses, we don't begin to get a mixture of the conversation. In other words, for dilute the conversation and muddy the waters, which is very typical of we country, and we socio-economic business work in Depa. Then they try now for, for mislead we, or for misdirect we, or deviate from the subject matter by trying for introduce many other things them around this 50 million grant, where we understand there be a number of bosses. Because they know say not to everybody go get access to the document, the World Bank document. Not to everybody, go spend the time for doing due diligence, like for go back to outside the bosses were purchased. Look at the contract, look outside the bosses were purchased. What was the purchase, directives, within and spend, out and spend them. In other words, the contract as a whole, because a contract and they go into where they do that kind of thing there. What does it entail? For how long? How much? If you know what I mean. So they don't begin to tell we different story, which is intentional on the part of certain group of Sierra Leoneans, then from all backgrounds and all walks of life. But I know say Sierra Leoneans are not buying into this. But waiting we official linking normally do, they know say there is a storm before the calm. And it don't happen many times. And this way it happens. So to them, it's no exception, because after all, people are catching so much hard time that they get for move forward at some point and begin for look for the daily bread. So this boss scandal, as much as it become heated, just like many other things before the Waka fine bosses, now so this one them believe say it will go cold. But before it go cold, people like we will get responsibility for inform with people them as to what we find out or what we think. We think say this conversation it get for go a long way, because we hold people them for accountability and responsibility. That's very, very important. And we understand when this particular government come to power, this not been a mantra: accountability, transparency, and no more corruption. Unfortunately, it seems that the opposite is true. So we get this calling program today where we ask about the Waka boss scandal. And if you get a view, as to what you think about this entire thing. At some point in time, we go open the phone lines and we go have people in for calling for registered and views. We might have one or two people who will appear live. One of them will be with friend and brother in Freetown, Babadi Thomas. We most likely will be participating live in the program. And we also expect Willow Wise, the NGC guy. At some point, maybe he might be participating in the program. In any case, the program is open to all Sierra Leoneans. So I advise, please don't touch that dial. Keep tuned. And if you get a view, which I'm damn well sure you have, don't keep it to yourself. Make it known. Thank you, and keep tuned. So, family, like I've been saying, this is the TNN podcast. My name is Prince Emil Kroma. Today is the 18th of February 2024. We talk about issues around the Waka, the Waka fine boss. Some people don't describe him as a scandal. The idea here is the exercise was meant to alleviate the difficulties we Sierra Leoneans then they encounter. Most projects that are launched from the very beginning, the onset, in the baby phase, now they're always noble. Somebody they come up with the idea. Yes, we know say most of we idea them na crooked mentality, okay, scandalous mentality, because you they create something out of which you think say you go eat in a different way, because it's obvious that if you they create something, an avenue is for mutual benefit, both for them one that we get for benefit from what you they create, and you, when are the creator, will equally benefit. Unfortunately, in we case, it's not that, but we go talk about them. We really they focus about the boss scandal today. So when they roll out this project, even before then they go into RAM, now you don't do studies. Of course, it's a program. You don't do your studies. You write, you agree, you write your agreement, and you make your bid, or you push you project in. In other words, the agreement, we can call them a project. So you write the project, and some of us are very good at writing projects, and this not just one. Because if you go ask somebody for money, you get for explain to them what you want for do with this money and how you're gonna use the money. That's not responsibility that one day. And in this case, na grant, na in go give where we not get for payback. Somebody feels sorry for we. So one sector also with the struggle, na the sector of transportation. But unfortunately, transportation has been a huge problem for quite a while. We don't struggle with them. I remember say where we did grow up in Freetown, because I'm old enough now for understand the differences, because having lived through these decades. We been get bus services, government bus services, and then we been get the private sector. Competition is a healthy thing in business. Need for use then good offices for promote both the private and the public sector, so that they run in tandem. This they help for promote a nation. This they help for elevate a nation into higher height. But you cannot, in a sense, disadvantage one side of your society when you get overall responsibility of, and you as a government disadvantage one side of your society and promote another side. I mean, just think about the repercussion. Just think about the negativity. And just think about waiting with the talk of. Waiting mean they exist before waiting with the talk of came into the scene. And waiting then they go mean for other local people within the private sector. So waiting with they understand this now exactly happen. Yes, I think so I don't do much introduction, and I don't want to make this call, I mean, this in particular program very long, but there is a lot of disappointment, and we'll be saying na calling program. And whilst I've been introduced the program, I get a few people that will be not begin for the call. Um, so if you watch the program and you want for call, the lines are open now. You can call and make you contribution to the program. Okay, you can call and make your contribution to the program. I get three missed calls already. But of course I was introducing the program, so therefore I've been get for continue for introduce. So as they say, the lines are open. If you not call, you want for that, call you back. Of course, we can reverse the charge. Let me know, and then we will just continue from there. Okay. So okay, this now one group of people that will be call them a group call. I'm not waiting for others to join into the group call. Okay. All right. So a few people will be not beginning to call me already. The lines are open if you want for call. If you want for I call you back. I mean, the comment box they na the live feed, so you can also use that. If you don't want for call, you just want for contribute somehow, please feel free for do so. Going on, with this chapter of the bosses, I mean, some serious things then happen quite lately. Some very serious things then happen quite lately. The things that will happen quite lately are kind of surprising to some and not surprising to everybody, because it seems like to some degree, some of us don't become used to some of the things they happen. There's been fallouts as well. One of the fallout, obviously, is with a man who I consider for be a brother, a big brother, and a friend. But in this case, we talk about we national aspiration, within our expectations, the people that we expect for help we forget, to the end of the road unscathed. But unfortunately, this has not been the case. One of the names then where they trend on this particular Waka Find Boss system or enterprise is Mr. Victor Ako Mengot. Mr. Ako Mengot is a professional guy, and I don't talk to him many times. I consider him to be a friend of this platform. He's appeared on this platform more than a dozen times. We've had discussions both publicly and privately, and I know him. So he like for describe himself as a jack of all trade, but he's got specific, professions. One of them, we're critical to this particular issue we talk about, is he is a qualified urban planner and chartered transportation and highway engineer. Wow, that's a huge feat. So you see where you don't get any description in there, you'd expect, say, within descriptive analysis then they of a profession befitting the occasion, you don't expect much to go wrong. Of course, it can be 100, but in this case, the project is in total tatters. So Mr. Mengot in named on the trend in the media for both good and bad reasons. There are people who feel very antagonized by the way the project, unfolded. So since in the chartered transportation and highway engineer, and also a consultant, this is very important, to the World Bank. Some people feel say genesis of the project, because if he's a planner and transportation of this entire exercise, so out of that planning, now the documentation will have been formed, because you have to affix this documentation where you don't do regarding the planning of how things get for go into into the entire project, and then you write the project, and then you send the project kind of forward. Yeah. And then you send the project forward. So Mr. Mengot is actually very central to the project. Now the project has gone bad. Now people are calling his name left, right, and center. Some of them in a demeaning, very demeaning way that I myself will not like to be associated with, nor will I want somebody to refer to me as such. I will obviously be upset, and I'll be finding a way out of it. So what I understand now is Mr. Mengot has resigned him, and see whether we can fix a program for him to come and talk about this. But either solo, or I will have to pair him up with one of these critiques, so that we can justify this. I hope both parties would take the invitation. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure Sierra Leoneans them will be looking forward to that. Okay, Sierra Leoneans then definitely will be looking forward to that. Mr. Babadi Thomas should be joining this program at some point for help with the conversation. I hope he will be able to join the program, because there's always difficulty of one nature or the other when it comes to connections back home. Even Mr. Sefner can get connections at times. So imagine home for that matter. Okay. So such is what they encounter, and it's very, very serious. Very, very serious. Now, a cross section of Sierra Leonean people are actually upset, because when projects of this kind they happen, now and how it will potentially have been sold to the people and we eventually go produce or give the grant. Now, because it go help for alleviate poverty, for help for ease the burden of transportation now the country. Okay, let's have our first caller. Let me see. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yeah, Prince.
Yeah, you will need to turn your volume down, because I hear the feedback, so you watch the program live. Thank you very much. But you will need to turn the volume down to 0, and I shall say you want to make a contribution to this program, do you?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Okay, well done. So they hear you loud and clear. So for begin with, if you can just identify yourself and USA you the call from, and then you can go ahead and make your contribution.
Yeah, this is Kande Masari calling from America.
Okay.
Yeah, in the first place, Waka Fine Boss project are a big scam. Not just give Fambu them just a small clue about this project. This project started on an APC. APC Kakuna Power SMP in camp. So SMP Kana Power, they give this Victor guy with the name so as the expatriate when they did this project going to be connected to World Bank. So on the side going, they can get this money. And not tell family one thing. Tata boss not in a salon. Tata boss on a more regime. Tata boss now a project and a boss we not based in the first the don't ban for Ghana salon. And these are 50 million grants where World Bank give to the SLP with victory control. So in that sense, 50 million. So let's say one bus they cost 50 million. Those are the fraud start force. One bus they cost 50 million. Because what the minister talking on TV, he done analysis about the boss. Now, so lie and fake business. We all know this regime for lie and fake business, which everybody know, everybody aware. So how, in a sense, they go Indian, and they understand based on my research, understand say they boys are all boys that want to partner India, not new bosses them back. And the second place, any boss or they are the Western world, they under the city council. All right, not to government for dealing with this directly, because they get a clear heart for the city council, make the sideline the city council, and they implement the project. That make this project don't fail.
Okay.
Because that say the your sense is the only sense.
Can they?
Victor, this is
yeah, go on.
Yeah, Prince, this is very clear. Because somebody, a critic of this project, talked to Victor directly. Then in that sense, in that process, then Victor resigned. That means Victor guilty. Victor guilty say yes in a part of the scammers there who don't scam this project. And if Victor don't be careful, this we're going to take it to World Bank because we don't on your investigation back. We don't this work a fine boss. We don't investigation good one because everything to be and do. And in fact, Victor in us in the work and now the office for the work fine boss na England. Everything don't unfold. So we get everything. So we just wait for small thing. And with the call of politicians, the parliamentarians, and for call Victor and others in the parliament go ask some question. Because we know say the anti-corruption in useless pass out in our country because he always the back and people they back you, they go against opposition and leaders them. So we get everything for this work and fine boss. But as you say, I don't listen you say you will call the program, we say you go invite Victor, look at 1-to-1, then we'll be able to engage and we'll able to put everything about work boss. Let family know.
Yeah, Mr. Kande, many thanks for being the first caller. I really appreciate that. But you made quite some very, very strong accusations against one of the consultants or the World Bank consultant, and the chief project engineer transportation business where it happened for the Mr. Victor Mengot. Some of the allegations then where you levy against I mean, how very convinced are you that these allegations are true? And if Victor was to challenge you, are you in a position for sort of prove Victor wrong, that he's wrong, and the accusations then where you make are right? Are you in that position that you get evidence to that effect?
100%. I get 100%. I get 100%. 100% confidence, and I get proofs there for sure. You say yes, this man in office in England and one. Then in a part of the scammers there, we don't make this project don't fail. I get everything concrete.
So where you they say? So where you they say?
Look at this media back.
So where you they say? I think you don't mention a number of times now, 2 or 3 times regarding office 9 O's. I mean, somebody can have an office in their home, correct? Is there something wrong with him having in office 9
This is a public. This is a public project, not a young project. This is a salon public project.
Okay.
So there must be an office outside the house. That is respect all day. So that makes the project fail. How you get? You also say the all thing that you get a public office there. You can misuse. You can misuse that. So that makes the project fail. Now one of the causes when the project failed. Let Victor try me. Like I don't say, invite Victor. Let walk at this podium.
Okay. I will surely. I'm sure Mr. Mengot, they either watch the program, which I want to think so, or a friend or brother or family will be watching, and a message definitely go reach Mr. Mengot. Before I let you go, of course, the bosses have already been unfolded. We'll not get a full picture yet because we don't begin the year all kind of talk about 50 million. The 50 million are for being other thing them. The boss we will see so nine done so and etc. or other things them involved, and the private license of the boss. I wonder. I know say you generalize and where you say it don't fail. Where you say it don't fail now, all anything there now you put into perspective, like now private license now you go give the boss, and these bosses were supposed to be government bosses, and not mean say government can outsource them to private, but the way how they conduct them, is that what you are questioning, Mr. Kande?
Yeah, everything. I just bundle everything, Mr. Prince. I just bundle everything. First, in the first place, all government vehicles, not take the past government, where they account with their bosses and they own a government number plate certificate. You will lose a government property. But now like I said, as scammers there, the entire project is a big scam, Mr. Prince. Me, I know I talk with evidence. I want let Victor do this program, then we'll go unfold everything.
Okay.
Victor or anybody when I part of this project, they can challenge me. Not unfold everything to general public.
Okay, Mr. Kande, like once more, like I say again, I will extend that invitation to Mr. Mengot, and see whether he will take up that him for taking it's a problem, but then later on, yeah, everybody can begin to come out of them shells. This is a very serious ongoing business where they happen, and it has to be taken seriously because this is not a national project, a national issue, and some people, and both within the country and outside of the country, then call them a scandal of some proportion, in which Sierra Leone are obviously the victim. Sierra Leoneans are obviously the victim of the situation, and this we'll have to get to the bottom of that. We go avoid repetition. Obviously, the way how this entire boss scandal look like, it seems like uh, warrant some investigations. I don't know whether government can investigate itself, and I say this with a degree of sarcasm, but if they do, then it's obvious that they need for step into this ASAP and get something done about this as quickly as possible as they can, because the Sierra Leonean people en masse are complaining. We get another caller. Caller, if you can just identify yourself quickly, sir, and who's you the call from, you're live.
Evening, Lisa Munu, and I call from London, southeast of London.
Obviously, Mr. Munu, welcome to the program. Without much ado, the subject matter is regarding something we most Sierra Leoneans are labeling as being scandalous. But the best we can say, it is a controversial project, and this Waka fine boss business. And I sure say you do have a view, and Malek, I know you a bit. You always get strong view on national issues. What have you got today on this issue, Pa?
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. May God bless you for bringing these issues at the diaspora for the people like us able to make we comment, because we get the freedom for do so. Unlike the people out there in Sierra Leone are not able. So therefore, on their behalf, we will be able to make some few observations. First and foremost, it not surprise me one iota. And I will also go be surprised why people will surprised when it they happen. This according to history, now perspective where now the APC government that it will make an application for this loan, where I believe say now free for the people of Sierra Leone. I find it very strange that when they arrive, they are charging, I don't know if I'm correct, I stand to be corrected, 10 leones. When you compare to the keke and the bike, they charge 5,000 leones. And not only that, one other concern I get, they make sure they make restricted routes. Where they allow no more the buses, they allow the keke and the bike. Now, it's sad. What do disturb me most? I able to understand from Jibril Bambura, because I listened to a second audio say one fine gentleman, when a colleague of mine was I don't Sabi in England for over 40 years, Victor Mengos, a very nice gentleman. A surprise where I wish he could have been a guest for able to answer this question, why he will allow himself or go get involved directly or indirectly. We are able to understand, say, the chairman board of the metro, and then they manage, or I'm able to understand. Now that's not the two disturbing parts, because men got an apostle I don't for a very long time. He's a very fine, nice, educated guy. Why he will allow himself to be used by this character? Me, that one, and I'll accept they offer anybody anything. Why would anybody want to get involved? When the people that then come into power, they punish people from the north and from the west, say they are corrupt, organize a commission of inquiry, spend a lot of money. But when you look at what is going on, they are even worse than the word itself was. So therefore, I think this is what Sierra Leoneans should concentrate on, especially those who belong to political parties, especially the APC. Rather than they spend time, they're going to attack the leadership, the executive. These are the issues they should be raising. Then corruption there, the high cost of living, the way how people are suffering at the country. That's what they should concentrate on. They should even also concentrate on even the tripartite, the conditions, the clauses, the way the government no comply with.
Yeah,
These are far better things that
Yeah,
should raise.
Mr. Monu, many thanks. Many thanks for bringing all of these up, which are quite relevant. But if I can just bring you, come back to one or two of the issues the way you cite regarding the bus, although it was more like speculating and not really sure regarding the transportation, yeah, in terms of cost. But if I were to say that what you said are true, in other words, now 10 leons, 10 new leons, or 10,000, or I believe all leons, whichever, now in the government bus they charge, whereas the private buses are charging half of that amount. How you see them if this is the case, and it look like, say, now these people and they grumble about.
Well, that actually make matters worse in my own view, because the Sierra Leonean are born, and I understand the transportation problem is so troublesome. Troublesome in the sense that people away not even earn 500,000 euros per month, or not say 100 per month. You get to buy rent for now almost 960. You understand? And there are other things they get picking. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is the injustice what I feel say people in the civil societies in the country wouldn't become so limbless, toothless. They should be challenging the government, the Minister of Transport. I wish him for able to put the Minister of Transport and Communication. Yeah, he can justify to we within the diaspora because now we they carry the brunt of the economic disaster in that country. They believe you me. I can tell you that some of we don't even retire, but we still they work for time for support to people back home. And this is very disgusting. I cannot understand. How can anybody reconcile the variance between 10,000 leons and 5,000 leons? It's 50%. They are doing all these things.
I don't know how you know. I don't know why you say the government is so comfortable, but if I may just ask you this before I let you go, again on the issue of the bus, it's not only about transportation. Those of us have seen how the things play out or how the bus system play out and why some people and they call them scandalous and more of a problem for the people rather than a solution for the people, which is there are restricted access or accesses that private buses or transportation system can use as opposed to the government buses. So what people that I understand they complain about is that route they use normally on a private transportation system, they don't use it any longer. So they therefore use a different route where they take a private transportation where they charge you less, but then you get the inconvenience of having to use a different route and Waka potentially for either go take your transport or for go usai you they go for your final destination. So then prioritize the buses. Imagine these are government buses, although they understand there is a private connection. And the idea that them pull away the private sector from them roots then they and give priority to the government bosses, it almost look like say then left with people and with no choice but for do as to waiting they want. My question to you is how do you see this one they play out where they prioritize government bosses, deprive private people and from using the route? And give the the government bosses for use them only.
Yes, thank you very much. I think the scenario well, not even a scenario, the facts we just highlight. First and foremost, I think there's an element of corruption, how these buses were bought, because I think it was during the APC government that they asked for their grant. It's a grant which was meant free for alleviate the conditions and the sufferings of the people of Sierra Leone. Now, this government not only deprive them in terms of routes, maximizing the routes for benefit only the buses there, but then deprive the ordinary man when the buses are supposed to even benefit. You understand? And so I think somebody has to do something. You understand?
Yeah.
People are not comfortable with it, and people like us who have relatives, we have friends, we have sympathizers. Then you understand? Who they sympathize with. Would they feel sorry for them? What is the alternative? To tell you the honest truth, I mean, they expect say like what they do. So this is what we can only do within the diaspora. You do conduct programs of this nature, follow we will vent we observations there on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, because to me it's not affecting me. It only affecting me financially, because there are people in the world who they help, who they support in that country, who they assist. You understand? And so to me it's very, very wrong. And I think what should have happened, in fact, whatever they expect landed people in the diaspora, they should be writing to the IMF or the World Bank. We actually provide the bosses there for the people of Sierra Leone. So say, hey, per IMF or per World Bank, these present governments where they advocate were very renowned with their paraphernalia. They say they can reduce corruption at the country. They are even more corrupt than the world
Yeah,
itself.
I mean, Mr.
And I
Munu,
don't think they should get away with that.
Mr. Munu, I've been saying at the last question, but you touch on something really critical. We make finally want to make this my last question to you, which is do you think the government go budge, even though this thing it don't spark so much controversy? Then secondly, the idea of mobilization and organization of people, we're going to make a relative difference in their own lives because things are not changing. I'm saying this in terms of the bus system, for example. A grant was given free for help for alleviate the poverty and transportation service for the country. Now, instead of a plus for the people, it turned out to be a minus for the people. Can people galvanize? You are an activist. This is something that you are crucial and critical to. Can people galvanize, and how can they do that? What should they do? How can they do what they should do?
Okay. I think my own view, which I suspect people should start doing. Let me give you one simple example. Like from Bombay Street to Waterloo. You understand? What they should be doing, may they not pay the toll. I'm suggesting they should not pay the toll. Then they take passengers from Bombay Street, they stop in Hastings. You understand? And then the only way they come out Waterloo or Songo, they stop na Hastings on the other side. And they should do that even within Western area. You understand? And people that they come out, I don't care. Things like that. And that's how they're going to help the other people. You understand? And to me, they should be blocking traffic. You understand? Therefore, block the traffic. You understand? Because there are plenty. The government not going to stop everybody.
Absolutely.
They make life so difficult for the government. You understand? Because what if people are afraid? Now, listen. You get push. Where most of the young guys they are on bike riders, keke drivers. You understand? They run away from. What you doing? You're pushing them to it. Back to exactly what you decide for remove them, you understand?
Okay.
And I think, well, what we should be doing abroad, we should also mobilize and assist by starting this not be first program, because that's not one of the mistakes that we ability would do. We will discuss about one thing because there's so many other things. We forget about that. The government gets with it. No, I'm not worried with that. Just 1 week no more. So what they become other thing are able to even the chairman or board of guys with the manager or represent the actors, okay, they are part of the conspiracy. They should remove these people from their position.
So it's a whole network. It's a whole network of scandalous people and scandalous affair, and the people are the victim. Mr. Munu, I want to say thank you very, very much. Appreciate your contribution to this program, sir.
I'm I'm very obliged. I'm always available to make my contribution as a member and chairperson of a Constance Radio.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. God bless my people of Australia. Stay blessed and have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much, and to you too. Bye-bye. Okay, Fambulem, that was the contribution from another member of the public, a Sierra Leonean, and etc. And when a member said the lines are open, Leon B, many thanks. You know, yeah, it's good to know that people, you know, yeah, kind of miss you. Yes, I feel good to be back. There have been several things ongoing in the background. The work we do involves a lot, and if you not get a research team where people, you know the producer, you know the researcher, you know the presenter, you know the host, it's a lot difficult. And then you already they look for, if I can call it, residual income, or more other, in a serious way. I've got, you know, yeah, other things to do. Although this is something that I really do appreciate, but you make me feel really proud. Many thanks, you know, yeah, for your kind words. And yes, I'm back on air again, and there are several programs coming on. Tomorrow we get LAJ, a program on LAJ, being appointed as a peace ambassador. What do you think? So then they come up. But anyway, today we talk about Waka Fine Boss, and the chat room. If you know one for call, make sure you use the chat room. Express your views. The last caller or something like that, they say just now. Make your views to be known. But which kind network you they use? I don't understand, Mr. Barry. You need for expand what you mean, but which kind network you they use? Yeah. Okay, I'll go wait for you response. What you mean by which kind network you they use? So Fambulem, I think say we don't go already more than 30-40 minutes into the program. Let me just do one or two adverts and then move on. We did do adverts on the platform. You get your business, you get other things, then when you are advertising on the platform, don't hesitate to get in touch with us, and definitely we will be advertising your program. So we look forward to that, okay? Yes, indeed.
Tame accountants specialize in providing a wide range of accountancy, tax and business advisory services to small and medium-sized businesses as well as individuals and private clients. We operate as an extension of your internal staff, giving you maximum flexibility by allowing you to rely on us for any of the services that we offer. Our valued clients include startups, charting their course to success; sole traders, making their mark in the world of business; self-employed individuals, paving their own way; partnerships, building stronger futures; limited companies, ensuring financial stability; contractors, securing their financial future; CIS contractors, finding financial clarity; subcontractors, thriving with our expertise; landlords, making property management a breeze; those looking to sell their business, unlocking potential profits; employed individuals, finding financial peace of mind; even hairdressers, managing their unique financial challenges. We are open, approachable, and friendly, the perfect choice for small businesses like yours. Our dedicated team is always ready to connect with our clients, ensuring their financial success. At Tame Accountants, we are chartered certified accountants with a deep understanding of tax and business advisory services. So, whether you're just starting out or looking for a trusted partner to navigate complex financial waters, Tame Accountants is here for you. Don't wait, get in touch with us today and experience the difference.
Yo, Mingus, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so hungry. Me, waiting, anyone kill me. So I decided to visit this very African restaurant. Because the first thing I tasted of the ginger beer and the starter, which was the Uzu. And sweet. Guess what? Everything was okay. Like you already know. Wow. Of course, it's 5-star tasty, and after I'm using my two hands to fight this butter sweets to the next stage. Now the real battle is here. It's fish archeke, and you know, plantains there. What's the full package presentation? So tasty tonight, and I'm having it so sweet. At this point, I feel like I'm the owner of the restaurant. See, big man, I just did not have enough appetite to finish the food, and after I called my they should come now. They're here. Oh, well, let's to play with good food. We order cassava leaf and rice with the presentation and Nike, okra and fufu. And you already know jollof rice presentation is 120%. I've not even finished my review. This one don't finish food. Oh, waiting. This food is sweet. Oh, play and be happy. Mingles restaurant at Peckham. Visit today. You can order from home. Peckham Mingles.
Right, Pambulem. Like I say, we do adverts on the platform. So if you get your little business that you want for promote for a little fee, we will definitely be advertising program and get a week. And we are about very much. We get another caller on the line. And caller, if you can just quickly identify yourself and where you're calling from, the platform is all yours.
Fambule, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depending where be listening we program from, then and now. This na usual man, Victor Spain. They call Mott and this wonderful program where CEO Chris Emil Krumah don't present tonight by the name of Waka Fine. Actually, I decided for call today. It's been a long time, but Waka Fine na a program we touch many Sierra Leoneans. Let me just provide a quick background. Freetown na place we don't become usually very congested. I believe say everybody when they visit Freetown know this. Say for run 2 errands them inside Freetown, it's almost impossible. Why? This now because of lack of organized transportation. Because if I say lack of transportation, then we say we don't motorbike. So let me say organized transportation. So now this is how Waka Fine come in. Waiting Waka Fine in come. Now for come relieve then suffering who people and they suffer for transportation. So like where we present our Binon talk, Waka Fine na group of people and transportation people and some other people we come together say may they solve this transportation difficulty where we country don't go through for many years. So then go write project them, money come. The money will come na grant and waiting a grant. The CEO be not talk now free money for make it can help the ordinary salon man. We're not able to do two runnings in a day in Freetown. So let we talk about the implementation now. Now this project we all been glad, we all on Facebook everywhere say this project amazing. But once they implement this project, we begin to see so many challenges, so many difficulties. Get first. I say a project like this, minister come na public television. He tell me say this now amazing project. It's cheap. He said that 10 million they cover 12 hours. I'm open to correction. But I am na AYV television. We say when you pay 10 millions, you could do multiple trips without 10 millions. Just after the minister don't deceive the whole public, we will still wait for making it come back on the television and say sorry to the people. We begin hearing so many mixed messages from social media, from bloggers, they tell we say, I like this minister, they like. Say, the price now for one single trip.
Yeah.
Now you begin to ask, how a government boss, I call them government boss because when I say government, I mean the people this na the people and property, because the money we then give now for save the people from the troubles of transportation we the country don't they get. How you would charge them double the price where a private buses in the charge? How that makes sense?
Yeah.
And besides that, people that will run them buses, they come and lie, openly lie. Now, before people then begin judging me, this APC was in the talk show, I believe say most of the people there know me. They would have been. So me not the talk here for APC. Now the lie, disgusting lie, and the way they run Waka fine will forbid an amazing project. Now we talk about China. Let nobody know bring politics from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
They not implement the people them. This now this people's project.
Yeah.
And I will go get something when I for myself, then I go charge myself beer. It don't make sense. Then with the sea bus system, they run a treat with no registration. How this will happen? If that driver they kill person, how will I able to trace them?
Yeah.
The other lapses we see the other day, then they sell ticket with paper. And they sell the bus ticket with paper.
I mean, Mr. Spain, I know cut you off. Obviously, you've made some very great points, and I can feel you know, yeah, I don't even know how to describe now your voice, you know, where you talk, because there is some degree of shock that, I mean, for a project this huge with that kind of money there, and then still then same thing there they happen, sell tickets on paper, yes, on paper, which means that the accountability process is zero. A minister come and tell the public something which turn out not to be true, no apologies, no consequence. How you see the way forward? Yeah, how you see this entire thing? What's supposed to happen, and how will changes come?
So my suggestion is the minister first of all supposed to come back in the public and openly apologize, because this project then get this money because they tell whoever now the sponsor say now for the people of Sierra Leone. So if I suggest a price enough for past 4 million for a single trip, where a Sierra Leone for pay for right, because this is not an investment. We are not aiming for we profit within certain period of time. This are give we say are free, una solve una suffering. So why all of a sudden it turn to investment?
Yeah.
We want the question and therefore be answered, because it's like say na person go get that money somewhere.
or they put. Osusu.
Yeah, this is not the case here. This is money when they give we say una solve una problem. Even if we be making 1 million per trip, we not lost nothing.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about 50 million. How many buses then buy?
Yeah, well, this also make me raise a point.
That was one not pass $100,000.
No, not at all. But waiting,
I mean, even rich. So we said that waiting their balance money now for pay officials that we they operate, we they run the program
and build depot them and build more bus station.
Even at that, even all the improvements we they make, we amazing. But me not supposed to we know they get balance. The project amazing, but the way within it looks more like a scam, because now the people can get this project. For example, even if government will pull the money, go buy the buses, say not to grant them and get, and the people the money.
So Victor, I will also ask you.
This kind of tax money, even if now government will buy enough for still supposed to be a pass the private sector.
So, Victor, I'll ask you 1 or 2 quick questions before I let you go. Many thanks for calling. One, I want to ask you a question regarding you namesake, where you sabi, where it was a part and parcel of the project in a senior capacity as a World Bank consultant and as a senior engineer in aviation business. We've been very central to this. I mean, the name don't come up in many of the things that will happen in terms of this project, and they are kind of scandalous. Sierra Leoneans are fuming. I wonder what are you taking, and they talk about none other but Mr. Victor Akomengot. What are you take on
So,
what you know so
Mr.
far?
Mengot, Brother Mengot, Namawa, I get massive respect for. Namawa don't engage so many times on with platform, and Naman we in articulate any case well. Naman we highly educated, and for me, in name come out from this project, we all been happy initially because we've been CC organization will come, things could be done properly. Because now we get in record, we don't run so many projects within Africa. We're very successful. So for Meg, they say this project they go bad, and he is one of the core founders and a core leader for the project. He make bring beaucoup question marks in. Just 10 days here, I see articles in Facebook where they claim say Mr. Mengo don't resign. I've copied them article and post them and copy Mr. Mengo say make he comment. May just comment to the authenticity of the article but unfortunately we won't be able to say anything. But however, for a project like this and a man of the statue for make the kind of scandal really come up from them project, not really tell well.
So okay, Fambulem, a Fambulem,
look like the project gets beaucoup
a fumble and they look,
the public don't know about.
a fumble and they look at the screen now while Victor they talk. He mentioned something, and I've been just want to put on the way talk about Mr. Agot, Mr. Mengot don't resign, and etc. It is true, and this is an article where Mr. Mengot himself wrote on one of we local, I believe, we local daily, where the Sierra Leone Telegraph, which is a news organ. So the article at the show now so live. That na Mr. Victor Akomengot, na in right time on the 5th of February 2024. And how you call it, Abdul Rashid Thomas? I don't know who is he, but here is Victor Akomengot, Sierra Leone Telegraph, 05 February. And the title The Prize One Pays for Patriotism, My Role in Public Transport Transformation in Sierra Leone. And when I can see the photo there of Mr. Mengot, who described himself as a qualified urban planner and charter transportation and highway engineer, a man with a wealth of experience. So carry on, Victor.
So if that true said the man don't resign, that even they raise the question the more, what will happen? Why this man will write this model will contribute to the success of this wonderful project for resign at the implementation of the project.
Yeah,
just the implementation.
Yeah, I think that's a critical question. So yeah, so me go ask you now. You don't resign. So are you demanding that Mr. Akomengot come to the public and tell we the public?
Yes.
Yeah,
what
okay.
happened to the Salon people and 50 million? We World Bank or Udagi say make them solve the transportation problem. What make Mr. Mengo to resign? How they use some money they?
Yeah.
Because first thing the civil republic say it could be 10 years could be multiple rights. That is what we had from Mr. Indolo, whether he's a minister or not.
There are people where there are people, Victor, where they suggest say there's a fallout between Mr. Mengot and government. So like how you describe Mr. Mengot, a man of principle, trying to be upright and standing, but got pressured by government once money became involved, and then it began for succumb to the pressure and once the money don't come, government just do the way how they want to do and forget about the original implementation policy. What you make of that?
So when to make the man resign at the implementation backs a lot of questions. So there must be something that has gone wrong. But again, Mr. Mengot, for God's sake, you do work with same people that we not get trust with for. Every step within they take, even the pricing, you for question them. You are the head. It was the CEO, according to my understanding. So intervention for me the law, the pricing. I not really say then do I'm outside and have been there within a remit for saying, no, now wait a minute. Not to trust we go trust this money. Why would I charge you people so much?
Victor, before I let you go, just a quick one. Like I say again, Fambulem, the article what they show right now, the live feed, is one where I believe is written by Mr. Victor Akomengot, the man who very central to this entire debacle for now. It say the main player then we involved in the Waka Fine Boss Company. This is a company, by the way, and and are they?
So how it turn the company when a grant to the people of Sierra Leone?
Well, that's it. That's the question that I was going to ask you in two folds. So how come it turned, here to like a boss company, and the boss company happened for look private, and somebody make me for understand when the bosses first came, they were licensed under government or government license plate, and now as we speak, it's a private license plate. The other thing is, other people they in play, as you can see on the screen, with the Waka Fine Bus Company, and then at the Passenger Welfare Association, the Poda and Bus Owners Association, Motor Drivers and General Workers Union, Sierra Leone Commercial and Tricycle Union. Imagine all of this put together is the walk of life from various backgrounds of Sierra Leoneans them. But they seem now, in terms of what you understand, to have been disadvantaged, whereas they can't use certain routes where the boss can use. So whose kind of collaboration this, Victor? Your thoughts, please.
So even at that, England will get a bus route. This now well-planned city, unlike Freetown. Stopping the public from using their roads. This is what we are disadvantaging the people and putting a bus which is beyond their means. Where are we heading?
Yeah.
This is wrong. It's blatantly wrong. Yeah, we will get, maybe we will say morning time when a rush hour, people are ready to go walk, make we provide access for it. But for block road completely and stop the young man the way they also where they use the road they did, it's not common sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to common sense. It don't make sense. The new direction we want to make it succeed. We want to make them do things them right for the people of the country. And I'm not talking just to say anybody really judge me saying that politics, something me. And so we will just make that comment. You don't know who's I made it.
So if we read again within
this Waka Fine is been done.
Yeah.
Everything about the Waka Fine started well, but everything we don't see up to this point, now errors upon errors, deceit and lies.
Yeah, that's incompetency you can call them, because if you're not working, it's incompetent.
Come together and ask ACC boss for begin intervene now. The money is their money. They should never be quiet.
So for the one that we get question about the 50 million what he represent, if we look at the article again when Mr. Mengot writes, we go see and I read parts there quickly. This arrangement has the approval of the World Bank, who funded the project. In other words, him being chosen or appointed unanimously as the board chairman. But the project by providing a 50 million grant for infrastructure development and rehabilitation, procurement of the 50 Waka Fine buses, and technical and capacity building support for the Ministry of Transport and its departmental agencies, the Freetown City Council, and the Sierra Leone Police. So you see, the 50 million, it represents a huge part of developmental aspirations.
And the country. 50 million now all man at the city.
Yeah, now all man exactly. I like the way you put it, all man at the city. So, but we need accountability. We need accountability, because just one side of the project now, about 50 buses. Yeah.
Do this pricing. How
we do the pricing, how they appropriate the money.
Then transportation struggles. How we end this side with this one?
Yeah.
Would the guy the boss say without number plate? Would I make that decision?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that's my contribution tonight. And I hope say people will enjoy the programs. Our brother Prince. You get any more questions for us?
So you can see in the end of this article, in conclusion, let me clearly state that I do not operate any transport in Sierra Leone. I am not paid by Metro Transport Company. So there are a few other companies involved. Metro Transport Company sound like another one. And I have no financial reward in the whole project. I'm reading an article purportedly written by Mr. Victor Akomengot.
So how Mr. Mengot could say get financial incentive when I CEO of the Metro?
Well, that needs to be explained. And for now, this is what he said. It's on record. Events in the past couple of weeks have led me to rethink my position and involvement in the transformation of public transport in Sierra Leone. And this is something that you subscribe to for decades. It's almost I remember I used to speak about it proudly. Yeah, exactly. And then suddenly, just the events of the past couple of weeks have led me to rethink my position and involvement in the transformation of public transport in Sierra Leone, especially the management and operation of the Waka fine buses. If any other Sierra Leonean at home or abroad can do a better job, they are most welcome to do so. That's very clever. That's very clever writing. They are most welcome to do so. As if I am going, but I'm not gone. I'm in there. Yeah.
Mr. Mengot.
Okay.
The Waka fine public money.
Make I take this call.
If we suspect any devious thing to happen, if we invite.
Yeah, caller, if you can hold on there, let Victor just round up. I'll take your call next. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Victor. Many thanks. Let's take this call. Hello, caller. Your name. Thank you for waiting. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Hi. Good evening, CNN. Roland Karimwe, and I call from London.
Yes, the floor is all yours, sir.
Yeah, thanks very much for this program, Mr. Prince. I just get some concern, and I just was researching some callers that on the call regarding the Waka fine bosses. However, I'll be one with time if you're able to get name or anytime we get about a comment on the following concerning the fact in a consultant, because from waiting me don't see and this whole saga, it's like a lot of Sierra Leoneans will let for take with country with levity, and we let for treat with country as if the country people not get sense, and that me don't see on this whole thing, because before Mr. Mengot, they actually get into this thing as a lead consultant. I believe if you know waiting a saloon problem, and know waiting the country they struggle with. And in being the lead consultant, I believe one of Mr. Mengot, a main priority for them be traffic management before the launching of this thing. Because the underlying problem with the country gets now lawlessness. So if you're not able to get the traffic management in place, how you people bring such investment into the country and you expect for that it's time for let you do well?
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, Mr. Mengo's not been supposed for let it advise this Waka fine company for let them roll out this whole thing holistically in the whole country. You not get boss lane at the country. Than a one.
Yeah.
Waiting Mr. Mengo supposed for don't do it. If we don't advise this boss company, I say, let them start this year by section. For example, they start from Sussex, Aberdeen, Lumley, take a hill station, take a Aberdeen, take and Joy. That time, why is when they do that? Because that road is a wide road. Because Saluman, we have to adapt to something. But when we want a car, people then say they better the city or the country, people and their doctorate. Therefore, don't try for the put. Why that even happen? Waiting salon is we rules are very narrow. Then turn a lot of them rules into one-way system. So maybe after 6 months, when they don't actually get that end force we don't mention on their boss route, then they work very well. Then they roll out into the cities and now they begin the thing. So this whole saga not before don't come on. But would be a lead consultant, within the country in problem, or within you come up with or what you advise with, therefore just roll out this whole thing at a go. Now it don't turn with itself. Which for let's steer the boat, you don't go resign. Why you resign? Is it something that you feel say a get for come on behind this thing? We be say if the public time it will be problem for you, you don't jump come on inside. But at the end of the day, you don't only make the whole thing worse because there are critical minds where immediately when something don't happen, we look beyond waiting don't happen. We begin to look at now waiting at the cause, waiting at the factors that we don't lead, they don't make, you don't do. Could it be that something on the behind the scene we don't know, we make it on resign? And our secondly, waiting Mr. Mengo be supposed for them do back, and Mr. Prince, or waiting the Waka prime bosses they supposed for them do. We know say saloon a lawless country. Saloon a country with insurance no, effective. We go bring up because every country where they invest in that kind of project, the insurance policies in the country, the insurance companies they for the up to time.
Absolutely.
Like I remember the first time when they launched them, 1 or 2 days they launched, and one of the keke guys they go right to them. And considering the fact say this project here, it get for do with them bosses there on the road. You get other road, you vulnerable roads are there. You get careless drivers there. You get people in that salon which just they go say. In fact, they get uninsured, which is the Mengo for don't do. To me, I mean, therefore don't do is one. If I don't advise, if I don't try to get a meeting with them stakeholders, then call the insurance company, then put a crackdown on them, keke people, because these are the many that are the road, keke, uninsured vehicles, all them things. First and foremost, everything we government is doing a policy. They make a policy across the dealership where they sell their keke and any keke and motorbike, anybody they can buy motorbike from new with it. This is not the insurance because statistics don't show that this insurance, this motorbike people and then they cause more problems. Because if you can afford to buy get 25 million, there's nothing wrong if you have 50 million as insurance, which is a fully comprehensive. So that whether keke they go, where you could cause any problem, at least insurance will pay out the victims then. If you don't do that, one ripple effect will get, you minimize the impact of people, the amount of people already go buy keke. That's one thing for so you do. You boost up the insurance company because they get more clients then. We're now responsible for letting get sober riders on the road. You protect the customers or the passengers that will take and then they take. Thereby, you reduce the traffic on the road for them. Then Waka fine bosses that we don't bring up. That will be one strategy with the for don't use for let them able to reduce the traffic on the road. 2, Mr. Mengo for don't rule advise them to say, make we get another company where we go just maybe they outsource something to them. So say, this company, I let them bid on this thing, for let them bid one that for just to look after the illegal. Of course, we get SLRS with it, but if you want for create employment for people, these are some of the things we depend because if you get private investment, we don't wear now. We get company we look for uninsured, unlicensed, illegal mosquito for able we them up from the road. You go able to reduce the traffic and the way she say that may don't cause problem for this Waka fine bosses there. But I believe say the whole thing, the whole consultants it was just a sharp. Because that this don't reveal to me. Because there are no plans. I'll tell you one thing. You don't go for invest 50 million into a country. You rely on the existing structures the way they on SRS, then boss people, then boss garage, then boss stations there. These were things that we them on because we now don't know. Say the 50 million was not just to purchase the buses. The 50 million did for so many things there. Right now, I can find bus now. There are no bus stops. No, there are no designated bus stops there for Waka fine buses there.
Really?
That's one thing. You suppose for say okay, because like for example, everything we would do now, or other Western countries where we don't go. As you come on that use, you know, you go to any side for you go to the designated bus stop, you wait for the bus come, a stop there, you go inside the bus, you go. Waka fine bus no get. That because if Waka fine bus we don't put all them in the like one of the points we are make in terms of making them they launch out them they put in phases. That first phase will not they make. Why is that first phase they can run? Let's say this year we don't happen, let's say 2 or 3 years ago, now this program I don't start. Mr. Mengo for don't advise for let them get all them bus stop them and they implement before the day when they launch them then they.
So let me so if I can do a quick intervention. Many thanks, very brilliant points, and well taken, and I'm sure say the listening public, both in the now and in the future, will appreciate this contribution. Very salient points. One play the devil's advocate, Lily B, just based on what you say. So be you hear me?
Yeah.
No, what I try for say, we all understand that Mr. Mengot is a professional. At least he's Sabida enrolled and he done do one for years, both domestically and internationally. Immediately so. But let's say Mr. Mengot will keep 100 in terms of what he do. You know what he do and we keep 100. Is there a possibility that he could have been compromised because money involved? And they talk about government, if I need for be specific, or officials of government. Once the project don't take the advancement day and the money don't come out. Now, Mr. Mengot, no, when are the professional World Bank consultant, and not get too much saying. Now the people the way they run their affairs now they get the say. The money don't come out. Could that be a possibility, Mr.
I know the point. I know the point where they make, but let me just interject because you got call. I want to disagree with you.
Okay.
And from that Mengo, if ever that could be his defense, that's absolutely wicked. You're not a consultant. Let's make it clear. You advise, right?
Yeah.
And according to Mr. Mengo's incessant in your write-up what he puts out, in one of the key stakeholders in this whole Waka fine boss system. You understand?
Yeah.
The one thing where you get to know is we as Sierra Leoneans, we're very much okay with professionalism when we are outside the jurisdiction of Sierra Leone. Because we know that we are dealing with another entity. We be professionalism counts. You understand me? Yeah. But when it comes to we in Sierra Leone for the we just say that now a dumping floor. Yeah. This is the serious problem we get. So Mr. Mengo, whether if Mr. Mengo, if this thing like you right, if we see the try for insinuate here, if let me say professional advice was taken initially for let them get hold of this money. I mean, if I can put it right, for let this money come in or let this project here kick off, then along the way, it fall out with them people and they. The first thing Mr. Mengo for allow intent for let them launch them thing and they come in. In fact, he was very, very vocal on the day or the before the launching of this thing. These are the key things that we get for note, Mr. Brent. If something is not working as a professional, what I will do, the first thing what they do for, I will bend my opinion. Then the public will get for know me position or who sign at the status of the current position of the project we get. But if you don't do any of them thing and you don't let sit on the thing. The whole thing is Mr. Mengo failed in his professional duties. You understand me? One, and not take into consideration say these bosses where they don't with this money where they don't get or this World Bank don't get where they get. The problem we will get Salon a lawless country. And one thing for to realize, you know, go come with a massive project like this, you launch and they say you don't make no provision for no how I will put them, you know, address the issues we could make them the project be a successful one. One, you come insurance issue for them bosses and the let's say now Mr. Mengo friend. One of them bosses and they go collide with somebody or somebody collide insurance. Let's say them bosses and they cost $400,000 or so. That's an example. Who said Mr. Mengo they expect insurance company for pay them $400,000? I mean for replace or for even get something for replace them bosses that day. You get a country where they say somebody keep most car in the park, you know, get light, most kind of body park, you know, insure no nothing. These are some of the key things. So this now be a project will be due for damage from the very onset with the launch.
Okay, Mr. Karimu, let's just go 1 or 2, 3 quick questions. You know, I'll let you go because we need to round up this program. But you've made brilliant points. But then on the project in itself, you know, that initial phase. Both in writing the project, accumulating, waiting and forgetting, and then bringing the project and spreading it out. But normally, you understand project a little bit. Looking at the cost, private entity then at the country, they pay 50%, 100% less because from 5,000 or 4,000 to 10,000 or 10 leons or 4 leons, whichever. But that's what the disparity look like to me. No one make them personal on Mr. Mengot again, but how does the transportation itself play out in your view, in which private people, long before the advent of the government buses, been pay 4,000-5,000, and now government buses come we're supposed to create some kind of competition and etc. But then push the people them aside, the private side aside, make them not use certain routes
Okay.
them, and then pay more to them.
I understand what you're saying. This is now one of the best projects that the government of Sierra Leone ever roll out. If they forget them right, if they try to review this thing and get them right, this not alleviate the suffering with Sierra Leoneans that they go through, especially Fritonians. Let me tell you something, Prince. This issue of people talking about private sector, business people, and private drivers, in fact, the trouble is along it. Let me tell you something. I mean, I have used one or two means of transportation in Africa. The cost of using them buses there, and the way how they design them. If this thing if we don't work out, if we don't come up fine, Sierra Leoneans then one. I believe say the motive, the intended target for this whole thing, that before minimize one, the rate of accident that will be happen at that country because of that drivers they rush them then reckless drivers they when people get them. Two, the high cost of transportation with them the levy on people then. Let me just come into the transportation.
So what you say? No. Before you go, before you go forward, what's not been the high cost of transportation, where them they pay, and waiting these government bosses now they charge.
Yeah, but that's what I'm explaining to you. Nobody will tell you say. Let's take for example. Let's take from Calbaton. For Komo Calbaton, go reach na client and who side people that they work. Nobody will tell me say if they pay 10,000. In fact, what you do is let's say for example, you take taxi from Calbaton, and then they go intertrade, and then they go and that place. They tell you say from Calbaton and they can't see. Or from Calbaton, and they can maybe Texaco. Maybe you pay 7,000, you pay this 1,000. I'm just telling you about the taxi. Then from Texaco back, it takes you back for let you go drop you somewhere else. You get a half on and they can't pull. You now get a bus where they pull you from Calbaton, it count you right inside client town. What this don't do for you? Now example I give you more now. You pay 10,000 and it's a straight bus. One, the time factor. You get for reach now, you place there on time. You know, look for counting up again, begin struggle for go inside bus again for let wait for another, but now when I begin to struggle because initially na line una get for now, una we bus it now una they run for go inside it. Okada they come. Okay, me don't dey na example I give you. I don't dey na PZ. I want go na Calbato. I don't normally like for using thing day, but immediately when the guy Boboka it's na say I want for it said. It's in a 8 board. 8 board, where they get the name of them, they give the money. 8 board, and at 80,000 in the tell. Can you imagine? 80,000. Because, hey, boy, you want to go quick, because there's no other alternative of means of transportation, right? So, in my view, the boss, this Waka fine bosses, the way they come with, if it for don't be a success, we for don't say goodbye to all these cowboy.
Okay, Roland, we need to wrap up the program. Like I say again, very, very good points. If for be non be, you see, it's like future tense. If for be non be, implying that it is not, which is very telling. But let me final question to you. Roland. Now mind game I want to play with you now. You knowing Mr. Mengot Lilibit, and we don't get conversation media and etc. And we know what in play out now in terms of the World Bank project, the 50 buses, and the way how they unfold them, and how it don't create a kind of a scandal. If you were Mr. Mengot, or if you can go into Mr. Mengot in mind, what do you think say going to go through in mind now? Than a one. The second part of my question will be, is there a way, because we all the suspects say some scandal or something, amiss, they are play. Could he be recalled, whether he resign or not, to be, for asking questions so that he can fill in the gaps, because there are many questions that remain unanswered?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm surprised. Knowing Mr. Mengot, the way how it be done position, after reading his CV, For let Mr. Mengot really allow things for let it come out this way. I surprised. I don't know what thing will happen behind the scene that I want. And secondly, if nobody don't come out and resign, you understand? Then I believe that would have been way out there. I mean, for fix the problem, like a very simple. This could still go on. Why then try for fix like in terms of rolling or using one corridor force for let them make sure so they don't get that right, getting the stakeholders together for let them turn one or two of them then roads them into one-way system. People will get used to it. Then get this insurance issue sorted out for let them take off a lot of all this uninsured postcard in the road and protect them. But at the end of the day, Mr. Mengo don't resign. And it's not only with Salon, this whole project and only there for do with Sierra Leone. You know that stakeholders the way now the World Bank
You
World Bank
sense you sense any
so but you know
fallout.
people can leak in. You know people can leak in what won't
You
take. So if you know the inside you cannot advise. That's the problem. He
you
has resigned, he's
sense
resigned.
you sense any fallout between Mr. Mengot and government, or government and Mr. Mengot? Do you think that there's a fallout? Do you sense anything of that kind?
Well, in quick resignation don't show say there's a fallout with the board.
All right.
I have been put on that way.
Thank
in
you.
Quick resignation, it don't indicate it because if I know, for example, if something not wrong, maybe if nothing not force me out. Maybe Mr. Mengot, I mean, let me say play the devil's advocate here. He may have maybe put sense into how in the probably one lady say Waka, they not come that way. They still continue for go the way we not want to. As a professional, it just get for come on. But the question is, why find too late and why it take an early decision? So to me, I just the one that's I'm not thinking in the kind Mr. Mengot way I be done they see in interaction with her because it's a very straightforward somebody.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Okay.
It's a very straightforward somebody. So for let something like this at an early stage, honestly, if like what thing is I just mentioned it again, what thing is the Mengot or whoever been supposed for with it, if now the country like this. Who the Waka find, but they say then their shares, the way they don't give to other shareholders. Right now, after they talk to you, Waka find both the share price for them. In fact, you know, we will not do our share today because as sensitive as his position is, maybe the first 1 month into the launching of this thing, he resign. Automatically, that don't tell you, say, one, either there could be something to call insider trading. You understand me? If somebody get too much information about something before then they launch when and sell shit to other people and convince them for buy, but deep down and they know the whole thing was not viable, if I can put it that way there. So automatically that particular business there's a problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone, many thanks for your contribution tonight. I mean, very powerfully said and much appreciated. Many thanks. Okay then. Fambulem, so at least we get a few callers them and I meet a few more whilst people they talk. I can hit something they can say 2 minutes, but I can hit for cut people and especially when they make some good points. Because let me see, there are 4 other calls then where we missed. Wonder whether I should call one of them before we end the program. I've been programmed the program for 1 hour 30 minutes. We are 9 minutes above. So I think we can left and so, we can left and so. But just for you and I gist, we did try for bring Jibril Bangura, and I go also try for get in touch with Mr. Victor Akomengot and see whether I can pair the two together. I mean, I would very much like for host these two and act as the umpire between the two parties, and it will be well controlled. But the Sierra Leonean people will be done justice when people then come and explain, their position, not privately but publicly. Now the Waka fine boss talk this family. A very serious is not going away anytime soon because it's still there and the people and still they go through the motions. Mr. Rolling Stone make one point where it sound very much like a good point, But just before the program, I mean, a few people that we call, we been talk about a few things regarding the way how then they train now for, go from point A to point B. So yes, when me say be the travel go free town, I mean you dey pay almost, if you dey go from end to end at the city, you dey pay almost three different types of transportation. Because let's say me they come on west, from west to now Wilkinson Road or EU building somewhere around there, then I want transport down there. If they not drop you around Congo before Congo cross, I then call the school, I can't remember again. Then drop you there, or then drop you na EU building end after Congo Cross Bridge, one transportation. Second transportation will be from there to Middleton, PZ, somewhere around that axis there. And if you go eastern now, then another transport. So 3 times transport. But is it equivalent to this? That's what they're saying. The boss, they take you. Minister don't come, he said factually incorrect things. The minister has come and said factually incorrect things. That could be a slip. How true is it? But he has not come back to the general public to correct these things, to say, okay, I've been slip of mind or not to say of tongue, not to so I be mean, etc. So these things are important. That's why we the people suppose for continue for the talk. We need for continue for the challenge the powers that be. Challenge the powers that be means will they provide information or ask questions so that the necessary rectifications can be made or the necessary things can be raised. So government aware say, oh well, I not be no saying so. But since I don't know now, we need for do this, do that. Government officials need for take responsibility for their actions. I mean, you're not super smooth, super powerful. The people whose interest you are serving, and then you shy away from where you make blunders, and then they come back for can apologize to the people because of hubris, because you feel too big, because of ego. That's foolishness. That's vanity. Fambulem, wanna join me tomorrow when I go talk about the appointment of LG as a peace ambassador, and we ask the question whether na merit LG merit him, whether na bribery, or whether not just pure destruction, or all of it. Bear in mind that anytime where something that happen, or about to happen, scandal of some kind of dynamic, you go no say public fora, we go distract, we engage, see the whole this my well, me LG, when they say I can't afford a couple of thousands, when I say I thief, phone them, when I say I thief this, able, when I watch a recent video, it shows say that something they in the making. But we go talk about them tomorrow. This not just for mouth water the situation. I want to tell you thank you. When I join again me tomorrow, I will talk about LJ. But for now, I need for bring the show to an end, and I want for commend all the people and we call, we participate in the program. We cannot give up. We need for continue for have this conversation. My name is Prince Emil Krumah. Until tomorrow, same time, same place. Do not touch All right.